everybody.
flip flop. Hi, hello. I'm obviously tired. Hi, everyone. We are going towards the end, and we have the special guest, Mary Gardner, and we are looking for Mary. Mary, if you're here with us, please come to the backstage.
She fell asleep in the yoga class. Or maybe with the music after. I almost did. I love it, but I'm so tired. I almost did. So, how everybody? Say hello if you're still standing still. Thank you for staying until this time. And thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. It has been a lot of work, almost 3 months of hard, like everything. So,
like to the point we can't talk.
yeah, we can't talk anymore. Our brains are completely, absolutely broken now. But anyway, we enjoyed organizing this festival. We enjoyed interacting with everyone. We enjoyed making new tea friends. And despite of the small hiccups, they were actually not, well, they were out of our control. I think everything went okay. So, well, we will send you a survey and you can tell us if what do you think and if there is anything you would like to see improve. For the rest, the next one, in case there is a next one, then we will take your feedback on if we can.
And we created some polls on Hopin. If you click the tab under polls, you will be able to participate. But the system itself has some limitability, so we're gonna send out survey through email as well.
Yeah. Okay, and since Marie seems like she's not around, then I will go and announce the person who won one of the giveaways. Yeah, why not? Come on.
Drum roll.
Okay. So the person was, I have here, is called Ferista Reina. I think she's from the Netherlands. I think she's on my Instagram as well. I think I've heard of her before. So congratulations. I'm not sure if she's here, but we will announce this in Instagram afterwards, and she won the $100 matcha set. So she is the lucky one, and I envy her
Very
so
lucky.
much now.
Yes. Oh my god! Oh, I want to join, participate too.
Yeah, me too, but we couldn't. And we want to thank me for donating this amazing prize to share with the tea community. And we wanted to announce it here, so we were all together, and then we could see who won. We will announce this in Instagram. I know there's some people don't have Instagram, so it's also good to do it here because, for example, Martin doesn't use Instagram or Facebook, so yeah, that's good. And we also had, thanks to the Japanese Tea Hub, which is me.
Thank you, Xenia.
No problem. 2 €25 gift card each. And we had 2 winners. The first one is called @TBP. I'm not sure if she's here now, but I think she attended the festival. So, he uses Twitter, he says. So, @TBP, I will contact her and I will let her know that she won. And the other person is Rate My Tea, so I will also contact her and I will let her know that. Yes, I think they are in my network. So yeah, I hope they're enjoying their €25 gift card. They can exchange it in my shop, and I will ship it. It's €25, so they can choose what they get for that. Yeah. Oh, we have Marie now.
Oh.
So the raffle has to wait for later. Let's upset Marie now.
Oh, what a perfect timing.
Yeah. Hello.
Just before the raffle. Hi, Mary.
Hi. Can you hear us? Oh, how cute.
Hi. Wow.
So, let us know what you guys are doing there. What are you making? What are you crafting?
Right now, I'm making a bunch of gaiwan.
We cannot see you very well. I mean, your face is cut
And
off. Okay.
right now,
Much
I'm in a
better.
bunch of gaiwan. And I'm using 2 clay bodies for this really beautiful spiral going on the outside.
Oh, wow. Really
Having a
interesting.
good time.
Okay. So would you like to introduce yourselves and tell the audience what do you do, where are you based, and all that stuff?
Oh, well, sure. So my name is Patrick Trujillo. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm a student here at UNM in graduate studies for language learning and teaching English as a second language. And in the meantime, I'm a potter, and we focus on teaware. I guess here's a good example of what they ended up.
Oh, really cool, guy one. Nice.
Oh, so
Very
beautiful.
Wow,
And so
really
the
nice.
color comes from just the color of the clay itself with a clear glaze.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing here. That's where you can see all the stripes and things that are happening. And that happens just from bringing it up and down on the wheel.
Really nice.
It's also amazing to see the what's happening right now, capturing this moment.
Yeah,
Although this
because
is in virtual, it was still cool.
I think so too. Also, we achieved almost everything we hoped for because we wanted to have different activities, all related to tea, but diverse. So I think we managed. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. So yeah, and we wanted to have pottery as well, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. It's super important to bring people together, especially when things are going on.
We cannot see you.
Kudos to you guys for doing this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Could you?
Aha, now we can see you. Great.
Hi.
So tell us about your business. What do you do apart from making teawares? Do you do anything else?
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit here in Albuquerque. We focus on education and the arts and humanities. So the number one thing that we do is we teach people ceramics in all the ways that you can do it. We have a ranch property where we dig our clay. We also teach that. We teach different types of activities, cultural activities like bonsai and tea arts, tea brewing, that kind of stuff. And honestly, anything that we can do to be able to increase education in our community, especially when it comes to culture.
And appreciators. So that's the most important part of any art. Without appreciators, I wouldn't be able to make teawares. So
that's really nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So through education, we found out that's the best way to create tea drinkers and people who wish to live with some sort of aesthetics in their life.
So we are having questions. How do we find the artists? So how can people reach you guys? Do you have any website, any social media you would like to share in the chat?
Sure. You can go to our website. It's homemadeculture.org. You can also find us on Facebook.
And Instagram, Etsy. I have a little Etsy shop under the Marie's Teas.
Okay.
We're still working on them.
No, you go.
And we also have Mary's profile up on our website, so you can also follow from our website as well.
Yep. Yes, and they are asking as well, how do you manage to do this activity in the times of COVID-19? So how do you deal with this during the coronavirus?
So it's a little bit rough. This is a very hands-on art, very close quarters. So we've had to make some major adjustments. Luckily, being potters and being artists, we're kind of used to that. things are always changing. Things are always moving forward in directions you can never expect. So we moved a lot of our infrastructure into online sales, creating objects for local companies and things like that, and also focusing a lot on school since we have a lot of free time. And so we're both trying to get as much education as we can during this downtime.
Yeah, we like to think of it more of a nice cocooning period for our businesses and ourselves. So that's been nice, making the transition finally to online, because we're still in the Stone Age, being potters. So that's good.
We also use it as an opportunity to really focus on our ranch property where we dig up all of our clay, going out there a lot more often and keeping working. You know, we don't really have the ability, I don't think anybody really does these days, to just stop. You have to keep on a bigger way to keep moving.
Yeah, there's no way.
You know, it really brings that home. You got to keep spinning. You got to keep moving. There's no real good opportunity to look back.
Really nice. So apart from gaiwans, what else do you make? Any other types of teapots, tea vessels?
We make we make a lot of different types of teawares, teapots, gaiwans, display dishes, tea caddies,
chawans,
you know, several different styles of teapots, Taiwanese, Japanese, Chinese, as best we can. Of course, we need to have a lot more experience to say that we can make them in anywhere as well as them. But we're getting there.
That's good. I don't know if anyone else has any questions for you guys. Let's just see if anyone has questions. Please write them down, and we can ask Marie and Patrick.
I have a question. So, from the video you sent us, there were lots of ceramics. So I wondered how many you usually make. Because it seemed like you had this large studio and then big, large quantity.
Yeah, it's not a large piece. I like making things by the dozens. You know, because it's cleanup takes a lot of time. Getting set up takes a lot of time. So if I'm not making at least dozens of pieces in an hour, or a giant thing, then it's really hard at this stage to just make one piece at a time for the sake of one.
I'll usually sit down like this with about 50 pounds of clay at a time, and so these pieces weigh less than a pound each, especially if you consider the lid as well. It's about a pound. And so I can make about 50 pieces with lids in a sitting.
50.
And so any more than that, then you're going to have to start getting into logistic issues where you have to do daily production pottery at that level. Because of school, because of the business, because of the way we have our lives out in the mountains, we like to keep them in these little micro batches, about between 30 and 50 pieces each. And then we take them through the entire process and start over.
Okay.
And that way we have a lot of troubleshooting to get through as well. Because like if you spend all your time and energy into one piece and it explodes or cracks, you know, it's nice to have that happen 50 times so you can truly understand, is it me? Is it my craftsmanship? Or is there something wrong with the clay body? Or is there something wrong with how I'm firing? With only one data set, it's hard to make that distinction. So, and that's what's so beautiful too about ceramics, because before ceramics, I was mostly a painter and illustrator. But when I started doing ceramics, that evolved all of my art forms where I started doing things in sets and series, as opposed to just doing one off. So that's super interesting.
Great, really nice. And then when you make all these ceramics and then you make these models, I guess the new batch will have different models, different colors, different patterns.
Yeah, every firing is different.
Good.
So that's again another reason why I like to do in large batches, because that way all the pieces within the firing or the kiln, they'll all have the same atmospheric conditions. So the pieces will be more similar or a set. Because even if you had the exact same craftsmanship, the exact same clay body, the exact same glazes, the exact same kiln, same procedures, the reactions between the clay and the firing is different every time, and you have no control over that. So that's why, and you want to maximize your kilns as well, because if it's very expensive to heat up a kiln to our temperatures.
Yeah.
The glaze materials are very expensive because the earth is a finite resource, and we're running out of all the minerals and materials we use in this art. So you always want to maximize and not waste. So you want to make sure the kiln is as full as possible. And so that way too, they all have they look very similar.
Actually, like, because they're all different, I think they embody like the philosophy, especially Japanese philosophy of the ichigo ichie, right? Once in a lifetime. So you make a piece and it's never the same as the next one. So that's an interesting
You're never the same from one moment to the next, you know?
That's good. And we have another question from Joanny. And she's asking, what type of teaware are your customers more interested in?
So we have two customers. Two types are the most popular. Small side-handled teapots in the Taiwanese style, approximately 75 milliliters to 150 milliliters, and Gaiwan sets. And then as far as production, small teacups for use in the Chinese style tea.
Matcha bowls.
Oh yeah.
Matcha bowls. We have a Buddhiseke Chado chapter here in New Mexico. And then the funny thing too is that here in New Mexico, in World War II, is where they put the internment camps for all the Southeast Asians were pretty much placed here in New Mexico in our state capital. So we have a long heritage with the Japanese community here in New Mexico. So the Japanese teawares tend to be pretty popular, and we're pretty big Japanophiles here as well in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. But the Japanese is a big influence here as well.
That's interesting. Actually, I think the Japanese tea is very popular now. I mean, we try to do this as diverse as possible, but many people involved in the festival were in some way involved with the Japanese tea. So I think the trend is going strong, as long as the Chinese.
Yeah, and that's a multifactorial thing too, because I mean, you have to take into account too. The Japanese government has put in a lot of money to promoting Japanese culture recently because of the Olympics, right? And then the other thing too, just about everything we know about Japanese aesthetics comes from tea, from the tea ceremony. There was one tea master that went to the Emperor of Japan when Japan opened up its stores, right, to trade. And they were losing their identity and their culture. And the tea master went to the emperor and was like, we need to keep our culture alive. And through the tea arts, we'll do that. If you look at like old prints, you'll see like Japanese people in like with the hats and the wigs and with the Japanese garb when they became really heavy trade with the Portuguese, right? When the Japanese opened up to the West. So through the tea culture is again, one of those interesting things that's kind of what, and most Westerners know about Japanese cultures through the tea arts and tea aesthetics. And
really nice.
It's so cool. It's a really cool, interesting. I mean, all the cultures are cool. They're all cool in their own respect. All the way from like the Dao ceremonies of Korea, and the Gongfu ceremonies, and I mean, tea is just so interesting because no matter where tea goes in the globe, it's loved. And then the beautiful thing about tea is that it's so subtle that you can add your cultural nuance and make it your own thing, And so, but it shares a similar spirit of love and hospitality and generosity. So I do believe tea is a very magical, spiritual plant for sure that connects all people.
Really nice.
It's the substance of the world, right? After air and water, you have tea.
Yep.
So I don't like it personally when people call tea a beverage because a beverage isn't a life-sustaining force. If you Google the definition of beverage, it says in Google that all beverages are drinks excluding water. Because water is a life-sustaining force. Without water, you can't have life or beverages. So I love that. Third most consumed substance on the planet after air, water, tea.
That's a good philosophy. So Joanny
Air,
saying
water.
hi to you, Mari. Joanny Pan is saying hi to you guys. Aloha, actually. That's what she said.
And the beautiful thing too about tea is that tea's always been associated with health and longevity. You know, even though we don't drink it as a medicinal beverage anymore.
Yeah.
The problem I run into a lot here in New Mexico is when you try to invite people to a tea, they say, oh, well, I'm not sick. Why do I need to drink tea? But in a way, that's a good thing because people are already associating tea with health and longevity and combating illness. You know, so you just kind of open up people's minds a little bit more that it's more than just when you're sick. You know, if you drink it all the time, you'll be healthy and, you know, live as long as Shannon did.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Tea started like a medicine, and actually there are early records. They are proven that, in fact, it was recommended as a medicine long time ago. I can't remember the date now because I'm really tired, but I did some
long time
research
ago.
for my book, the one I wanted to write. It's taking some time in Spanish, about teas, and then I was reading about it, and it was really interesting. So yeah, definitely it started like a medicine. So why shouldn't be a medicine sort of today? I think it's good for us.
It's not a relaxing social beverage that has medicinal properties. We just don't drink tea solely for the medicine anymore, like we do herbs, if you will. You know, we drink herbs pretty much for the medicinal properties.
Yeah.
Tea's a little bit more than that now. You know?
I think in Korea they drink a lot of herbs for health, right? So
I think most cultures do. I think it's as ancient as humans, taking vegetal matter and putting it into hot water, you know, and then drinking that. I think it's just such a human thing.
It's comforting.
Yes, it's a human thing. In Korea, interestingly, many people drink coffee.
Oh, right.
Really?
We're a coffee-centered country, but we have long history of making artisanal tea. So it's a very interesting culture.
Wow, I didn't know. I mean, in Sweden, everybody drinks tea. Sorry, not tea. Coffee. Tea is very rare.
The Korean soap opera Coffee Prince.
Ah, you did. It's a good TV show.
Have you seen it? It's pretty good. It's cute.
Yes, I watched it when I was student. And I remember like running after, so I could watch it on time. That was like before like Netflix and like YouTube, you know.
Cute.
Coffee Prince.
Coffee Prince.
Marie, do you have tips for people who are about to purchase a ceramic for their tea? Like, do you have any tips?
I like to always know where it was made and how it was made. It's harder to find these days, especially on for the large producers. And so I would always first know what you like, know what type of tea that you want to drink out of your pot, and then just simply look online and try to find the best styles. Then once you find the style you like, find the best artist for yourself. Once you have that artist, you can usually connect with them, especially if it's locally handmade. You can usually connect with them and make sure you get exactly what you want.
Oh yeah, there's tons of artisans out there, tea artisans who'd love to, share their work with you. And that's what's so great about social media is that you could talk to them directly, see their photos, see their videos, talk to them on one-on-one and know whether or not you're actually getting a real handmade object. I think one of the best ways to combat fake handmade objects, which you're going to find there's a lot of people trying to pass off slip cast factory machine made work as handmade. And the best thing is I found actually having memberships to these websites like Wish, like AliExpress, like Taobao, And so when I find something, and if I'm a little bit suspicious, like, I've seen this piece through many people's pages and it's exactly the same, then I'll go and find those search words, look it up on Wish, look it up on the Alibaba or AliExpress, look it up on the Taobao, and that way you can know whether or not if they're advertising to you falsely. Same thing with Amazon as well. You'll find a lot of people trying to pass off stuff they bought off of Wish or AliExpress and reselling it, even on Etsy. I've seen it a lot of people reselling stuff on Etsy. So I think just directly contacting them, talking to them. But the most important thing is just enjoying what you enjoy. Just focus on what you love and focus on what you enjoy, and then you can never be wrong, because no matter what, you're always going to find these levels of snobbery, and people are always going to tell you why this is better or why this is lesser. And the most important thing is just to be like, well, this is what I enjoy, and you can't tell me that that's wrong, you know. So you just focus on that. So, because I mean, I like sometimes using like Slipcast factory stuff when I'm like going camping or hiking, because I don't find it breaks, because I know that there'll be another one, you know. I like you guys sometimes, you know, these are one of a kind.
Well, your way is the right way. That's my new motto now. Like, seriously. For a while I was actually a bit of a snob, I would say. But now I'm just leaning towards whatever you like is fine. Just enjoy. Especially if you're at the beginning of your journey. Experiment. Right. Because I've been drinking tea for more than 30 years, so of course I have some knowledge. They are accumulated over the years because I tried almost everything, even though there are teas I never tried, so it's good, you know. The tea world is so vast. But I think, especially if you're at the beginning of your journey, you should try everything and anything and see what you like, because taste is not perceived the same by everybody. So even if I love this type of tea like Gyokuro, maybe you hate it. So why should I insist in selling it to you? You're not my customer anyway. So just like do whatever you enjoy, and it's the best in the end, you know. And then over time you will develop your own taste, and that's the way to go, in my opinion.
Right, and just staying open, you know, getting away from those connotations of good or bad. You know, it's just like, oh, it just is, you know. So, but I mean, that's hard for everyone, you know. Just trying to get away from the ideas of good and bad and what I like or don't like, because I mean that's subjective and changes with time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And trends go up and go and, you know, stay, go back. They change all the time.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Well, I think we are towards the end of our finale party, so we are gonna do the raffle now. I don't know if I can move the basket without breaking it.
Drum roll.
So this is the basket. I don't think you can see with my crappy light, but it's a basket full of Japanese teas and has Do You Know Me? They're from Japan, from Shizuoka. So whoever wins is gonna get that basket. I call it Tixmas basket. I have all the people who paid for a ticket ready here in an app. This called App Sorteos. And then I'm gonna do it just now. But I'm not gonna show it because, well, it's private data. So let's see. What does it say? I hope it didn't crash. Hang on. Oh my god, there are so many people. Yes. Winner 1. Yeah. Okay. Let's try. It's going. 3, 2, 1. amigos.cha@gmail.com. So that person is the winner. Amigos.cha. Sounds Brazilian or Portuguese. So yeah, I will contact the person and I will deliver the news to this person. Yay!
Lucky! Yay!
A lot of tea. Yeah, and that was donated by my company, the Japanese Tea Hub. I forgot to say, but yes, that's my Christmas present and like the closing reward to everybody who actually joined us and also to collaborated and contributed.
Congrats! Thanks everyone for being here. Our festival has officially finished. Thank you. we created a session rooms just in case there will be anyone or any people want to stay longer than afterwards. So if you would like to hang around, you can go to session and talk to each other, one another.
Everybody, yep.
Like this.
Freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle. And we will adjourn now. Thank you, Mary and Patrick, for joining our finale tea party.
Yep, it has been a pleasure. It was nice to meet you, at least virtually, Mary, because I know we are connected on Facebook, and in the end you couldn't join, but we managed. So, so thank you for being here today. We appreciate it, and thanks to everybody who joined us and who stayed until the end. I know there has been long hours for the entire weekend, so if you have any questions, you can ping us at nomatfestivaleuro@gmail.com. And in the following days, we will contact everyone. Like we will send a survey, and we will also send an email with all the details from everybody who participated, a host or a speaker or a vendor. So everybody's connected, because at the end of the day, this is what it was about: connecting people in the tea industry, in the tea world, all the communities joining together, no matter where you are, where are you from, what tea you drink, we don't care. Just like it was great to have you here. Even though I like Yokuropa.
Thanks for being
here. So thank you, everybody. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Maybe in the future we will make a new one. Who knows?
Who knows? Keep in touch and feel free to join the sessions. Bye.
Bye.